Thank you very much, Pyrotechnics. Congratulations, Odowamne. 2 wins this week. You definitely have found your footing. You've beat the Giants here. Why do you think it is that while the Giants, also coming out of Challenger, opened with 2-0 in their first week, that you guys had a little trouble finding your footing?
It's because we played against Copenhagen Wolves in the first game, and we had really kind of troubles playing our comp. We had Cyan top, which didn't really work. We played a double tank comp, and we just lacked damage. It was not a comp that we practiced that much, but we decided on the last minute to go with it. And we played Fnatic, and they had a really weird style of play, and we just been caught off guard by it. Meanwhile, they played MYM and CW, I think. And it was just that all their comps they practiced were left open. They had the Jax open, which is where Leaves comfort picked, and it was really easy for them.
Yeah, so this time you again went for that double tank, of course, Gnar having a bit more DPS than Cyan, but you also went for the Sivir Annie instead of Graves Gianna. Was that like something you analyzed on to have some more engage?
Yeah, we decided it's better to have a more utility and engage bot lane because we did really well with it, because we were just more comfortable when we decide to start the fight instead of when they start the fights on us and we have to play on the back foot.
You mentioned Werlib before, and that has been what we've said about Giants. Also, they also want to get him fed, and if he's on Jax, that's really bad for him. Was that your specific thing you were keeping into account in this game as well, that you wanted to focus him this time around, or you thought you could just one-on-one him?
Not really. It's because of the level 1. They blew a lot of flashes after the level 1. We decided to put pressure on the top lane because Cassiopeia wants to play really aggressive in the early game, and if she has no flash, she's easily punished. So we just decided to put a bit of pressure on the top lane so he starts getting behind and behind as the game goes on.
Let's actually take a look at a replay. Let's get that up on the screen of where you're putting pressure on the Cassio. A very nice play from you together with Lulex. We can roll the clip and you can talk us through it, Odowamne. You can see it on the screen.
Oh yeah, Lulex just cleared the ward and now we decided to go in. And I started tanking the tower and I told Lulex to just go in because I keep tanking the tower. And he did a really nice job of that, of dodging the Cassio ulti, and we just easily dived him.
Yep, very nice play, Deborah, you guys. Let's actually immediately roll the second clip we have lined up for you guys where you demonstrate just exactly what you can do with your engage comp. You can walk us through that one as well.
Yeah, like we saw them out of position and Voidal gets a really good flash ulti here and they just like stack up on top of my ulti and we just start cleaning up the fight really easily because we have severe mobility to just catch up to them to match their mobility.
Very nice of you guys. What's the main step ahead you think you've took as a team in coming into this week?
We revised our play style. We decided what went wrong in the first week, and we just play our comfort picks and our comfort comps.
So you went for the Greater Vision Totem as Gnar. Was this because you were just so ahead you can hop into the enemy jungle, ward everything, or is it something you always like to get?
I really like the Greater Vision Totem. It's because I got it this early because I just had 250 gold after I backed and I decided I have nothing to spend it on. I just got the totem. It's really good because it allows me to have pretty much a weaker side stone. I just get 3 wards. I permanently have 3 wards on the map and I just walk around and drop wards and you have good vision control with it.
One final question for you. When Krepo was on the desk last week, he said that he thought you were the player in H2K that was already on LCS level, even though there were some new, most of the team is new and first time in the LCS. Do you feel that pressure on you? Are you the captain in that team? Do you feel that you've got those qualities?
I consider myself as the captain of the team because I do most of the shot calling. I call the fights, I call the rotations, I call the strategic plays that we need to do to get the win. But I'm not really the one with most experience. Voidal has experience, yeah. And since we just scrim against LCS teams, we definitely lack stage experience, but as a team, we definitely have experience.
Yep. Well, good on you guys. 2-0 in this week. Congratulations. It's time to hear what you guys on Twitter had to say earlier. We asked you, what new player in the European LCS do you think is making the biggest impact and why? And here are some of your responses. The first one is from @Ziga3232. Power of Evil has to be one of the best of the new class. Great mechanics and not afraid to get flashy to make the highlight reel. Cyanide, what have you been thinking of Power of Evil's sick plays?
Yeah, like I said, I think Unicorns of Love really have this potential to be the new Lemon Dogs, and Power of Evil is an insane mid laner. Like, he has sick mechanics. He just needs a bit more practice, and eventually he can make it up to the top with Froggen and XPK.
Second one is from @TKS Jarl Carl. Definitely got to be Rain over. He's doing a great job filling Cyanide shoes. Fnatic's Rain is not over. I'll brush off your shoulders there.
Yeah, I left some shoes to fill, and he's really doing a great job. Just MVP of the LCS so far.
O2D2, you guys played versus Fnatic last week. How is that pressure he's putting on the enemy team when he's playing?
It's not really Rainover that puts a lot of pressure. It's just Yellow Star, and the jungle support synergy is really good on them. They just roam together as a team, and they just get fights out of nothing.
The last one is from @GNUMIDLOL. A new player with great impact has to be forgiven. First 3 games in the LCS and no deaths as an AD carry. If that isn't impact, I don't know what is. And it is indeed, it is no new player. He is coming back into the LCS, but it's paying out dividends even more for him in SK.
Yeah, the best part about that lane as well is Enrated and Forgiven. They make such a strong bot lane, just doing very good every single game, stomping their lane opponents even, and just snowballing those games out. Forgiven, never dying, just positioning perfectly and playing a very solid game.
Yeah, they're up in 2 games when they play SK Gaming. Thanks for when they play Unicorns of Love, sorry. They couldn't be playing themselves. Maybe then they would lose a game. Thanks for sending those in. Remember, you can still chime into the conversation by tweeting @LOLesports and using the hashtag LCS. Now, we'll be right back with Elements versus Roccat, but before we go, let's take a look at one more tweet from @KChan that writes, "This is how we LCS." Looks like a great way to enjoy the great outdoors. Thank you very much for sending that in. It's time for us to go on cooldown. See you back here in just a minute.
It is the Giants versus H2K. Here's the dive though, Werlip, he's gonna get stunned and stunned again. The smite is down there, trading tower aggro. Collapse, the Tibbers is gonna land on Werlip, who will flash away from this one. O2D2, big Gnar smash, and Yarnan gets Werlip. Frederick jumps in for the heroic effort. Pepinero trying to find a few of his own. Tibbers is down, Voidal getting the kill. Looking for Rydal now is O2D2, big Gnar back, he finds Audrey. Here comes Lulex. Do they have the damage? They're still poking down the tower.